My name is Sunny Day, and I'm a senior here at Rogers. And today I'm here to present to you as part of my senior project. And I'm assuming you don't know what that is. So the senior project is something that you have to do when you become a senior. In order to graduate, you have to prove proficiency in lots of different skills. It starts off with a mentorship, and you go find someone in the community who can teach you about whatever your topic is, and then you write a paper, and then at the end of the year you have to do a presentation. So today I'm filming, I'm basically going out doing what I learned for you guys, and I'm filming it so I can show it to the judges when I do my presentation next Wednesday. Alright, so if everyone could take out a writing utensil and on their paper write down the word poverty, and just write down what that word means to you, or any words that you associate with it. It can be anything. And if you can't think of something, that's fine too. Oh, poverty. Poverty means poor. Yeah. Poor. Okay. Does anyone want to share any ideas that they have? Don't be shy, really. I'd really appreciate it.
About what?
Poverty or poor. What words do you think of? Yeah.
Can't afford much.
Yep.
Low income.
Okay. What about if there's a difference between poverty? Do you think that there's a difference between poverty here in the United States and poverty in other places like Africa?
Yeah.
So if I said poverty in Africa, what kind of things come to mind?
They don't have as much jobs.
Struggle.
Same
Same clothes every day.
No offense, but I'm just saying.
There's enough jobs
Just
even
like
if you
sheep
are
throwing.
poor, like you can figure out how to get money.
Yeah, that's really good. And so what I did my project on is advocacy, and I worked with an orphanage well, I didn't directly work with them, but I'm advocating for an orphanage in Nairobi, Kenya. And so does anyone know where Kenya is in Africa? No. So Kenya is right over here. Okay. Kenya's right here. It's in between Somalia and Tanzania. I don't know if you know anything about those places, but the eastern coast of Africa is extremely dangerous. Well, most of Africa is extremely dangerous. The people living on the continent of Africa are all living in poverty. And in Africa, I know you've all at least heard of the AIDS epidemic. Well, the people who are hit the hardest are the children. Because what happens is sometimes their parents are infected with HIV or AIDS, and children are born with the disease. So I made these pamphlets. So if everyone could just stand up really quick. And move in this little box, this area right here that I boxed out.
Oh, Shema.
Get comfortable. Everyone get in the box. Alright, this area that I boxed off, at the orphanage, By Grace Orphanage in Nairobi, Kenya, this is the size of the average room. There are 16 rooms. This is the size of the average room. Yeah, these are the classrooms.
How many kids do they fit in?
10. At night, yeah, it's ridiculous. They sit on the floor. They sit on the floor. In color.
Oh wow.
It's like a shack. Yeah, it's ridiculous. This is the size of a classroom, and then at night, they move all the stuff out of the classroom, and that's where they sleep. 10 kids sleep on this floor. Can you imagine if you all tried to lay down and sleep on this floor? That's the orphanage, which is better conditions than the average person living in Kenya. Because the average person, the reason I chose this project is really important to me, and I know it's not directly related to Kenya or these children, but last year I traveled to Haiti, and do any of you know where Haiti is? Have you ever heard of it at least?
Yeah.
Yeah, you've heard of it? Okay, do you know Dominican Republic?
Yes.
It is 300 miles from Florida. Haiti is the most dangerous country in the world. And it is the poorest country in this hemisphere. So this side of the world, it's the poorest country. And it's only 300 miles from Florida. And I went there last year, and I worked at a school. It was a high school age kid, so it was kids our age. And I went there, and I got to meet them, and I got to volunteer. And it changed my life, and it made me, I had known before, I was aware of what was going on in the world, but never did I understand that so close, 300 miles from Florida, there were people, the poorest people in the world, were right there, and we don't help them. It's interesting because what I learned from my mentor is that you don't have to recruit people to go to these places. You don't have to get them to give you all of their money. Really, the basic thing is just to get people to understand what it is that you're trying to do and what your cause is. So, like in Nairobi, they're just trying to save these kids from being hurt or from dying. So,
But what is it that you hope that we could do?
what I hope that you could do is just have that knowledge and have it in your head, and then someday, like right now, as what are you, 15? Everyone's 15 here? 15, 16. Well, as a 15 or 16-year-old kid, it's really hard. I know you can't just donate your money or, come up with a package, but if you could do something like that, or you don't have to do it, if you could get other people interested in things like the school in Haiti or the orphanage, just having that knowledge, sharing it with people, spreading it. And you never know, maybe you might meet someone and tell them about it, and they might be so upset about it that they might want to do something. And they might have the money or the time or the skills to come up with some sort of aid for these people. Yeah. So